Thought I'd catch some of the what's daylight left. How's everybody doing? Let's have another big walk today, huh? It's nice and cool out. It's perfect out actually. A lot of business going on today. Friday night though. Neighborhood's busy. Everything's busy over here. How's everybody doing tonight? Everybody good? We had a long day. A lot of things got done today. A lot of things. So we'll do our normal hour. I think we'll be all right. We'll do an hour, 15 minutes. And hope everybody's well. Wait till more people come on in, then we'll start talking. So to catch up, because I'm early. People were expecting me at 8 o'clock, so I'm about, I don't know, at least 20 minutes early. So there we go. So tonight is, what is this? This 6 week, so 7, 40, 21, 28, 35. It's the 40th day, and stream 5, 10, 15, 20, 26, 27, 28, 29. Stream 31. Walk 31, I should say. Day 40, because we don't do on Sundays, so 6 weeks, 6 days. Yeah, that's right, 34. For some reason I like this route at nighttime. It's a good one. What's happening? Matt, how are you? Matthew 24:14. Yes, sir. How are you tonight? Pretty good? Everybody have a blessed day? I'm picking my pace up, man. I'm walking a lot faster, too. Last couple of days, I noticed. You know, so that's good. That's a good sign. Because the other day, we walked that extra loud tonight. A lot of traffic tonight. That other day when we walked to the post office, I walked up the I-4, we put on an extra, I think, 2.5, 3 miles, man, for sure. Yeah, so it was fun. It's fun to get those miles in. Try to reach. Hey, what's happening? How are you? Clay Douglas. Clay, is that Clay who? Clay Douglas, how are you, buddy? Hopper 80, what's happening? How are you? Keep, oh man, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm keeping pretty positive today. And I had a lot to do today, man. Phew. It's hot today, man. It's starting to bring the weather down here, man. Whew. Starting to get humid already. It's miserable here in the summer. Very miserable here in the summer. Can't even believe how miserable it is. It's terrible here. Nice bike though. Hey, Ross Dog, what's happening? Hey, I saw yesterday you wanted to talk about Lee Smith. What kind of questions you got about Lee Smitty? Smitty was hilarious, man. Smitty. I got some good Smitty stories. He was lazy, Smitty. So he'd go take a nap on the floor during the game. And Jim Fry would always break his chops. He'd go, get Smitty out of the locker. Come get me right now. Smitty, go down. Smitty, Fry wants you. So Jim Fry don't come out to the 8th inning. So my motherfucker, leave me alone. Fry would always go have me wake him up. It's funny, man. Smitty would just come in there and just grab a couple towels, roll it up, and just be out on the floor, man. Wake me up 8th inning. He'd come out, Smitty, start throwing. Hard thrower, man. Good guy, man. One of the nicest guys I probably ever met. Friendly all the time. Never big-headed. Just a good old dude, man. Lee Smith. Well, that brings back memories there, boy. Ross Dog, you know them all, don't you? You got all the names. Week 6, day 5? Yes, sir. Chris Mack. Week day 6. Yes, sir. Self-protective device? Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I got these. That's my self-protective device. I might be older and not been healthy, but I still think I could. If someone comes to attack me, I think I'll be all right. But thank you for that. Appreciate that. The good thing about it, if they come taking trouble, you know, if they get a good hit on me, that's a good thing about me. I can take a hit. I've been hit hard in my life, so Taking a punch is easy. Proud to say one thing, no one's ever knocked me out. Been knocked down a couple times, but never knocked out. I'm stubborn like that. It's the Italians in us. We got stubborn, thick skulls, you know. We keep getting up. We tell just stay down, man. I don't want to hit you no more. Not us. We keep coming up. It's crazy though. Joey Trump. Yeah, how's what's going on with the? I haven't followed politics a couple days. Is Trump looking good still? Citizen M, what's happening? What's happening? Thank you. EJ, my boy. Yeah. Yeah, I tell you what. Any days like today with the weather, oh my God. Another week or two, forget it. You won't be able to come out here during the day. Miserable. Dick Ruthven, oh man. Ex-Philly, ex-Cub. Boy, Ross, you know a lot about baseball. Me and you really got to get together. I mean, really get privately and talk about baseball, man. Bet you we can swap some good stories, man. You know a lot about the history of the era that I worked in, man. That's awesome, man. Did you say you're from that area? You're up in that area? I mean, I'm not trying to. I mean, you're a Midwest guy. That's what I'm trying to say. I was a baseball card nerd. Ah, cool. Yeah, me too. Did you ever put them in the spokes of your bicycle? I couldn't see wasting those cards like that, especially if you got a good one. Remember how hard it was when you buy the packs? You like certain cards were just so hard to get, and you couldn't wait to get it. Yeah, I used to buy the sets. I used to go out and buy sets. I used to go to all the baseball shows, buy the sets. This way you were guaranteed every player. I used to have a lot, man. Before I went away, man, all my memorabilia and all my collectible stuff was stolen, man. It's terrible. Stolen or, sold, whatever, man. I had so much memorabilia, man. Over the years of working, oh my God. So. Hang on, boys. Hang on. I thought my wife knew I left the house. Hang on one second. I gotta let her know that I'm walking. Hang on. Make sure all the volume's on. Okay. All right. So what happened to the stream? Lost the whole chat room. Yeah, Citizen, I appreciate it, but it's all good. I'm just really happy what you said earlier today, or yesterday. Very nice of you. Very nice of you. I appreciate that. Yes. Yes, weak is definitely part of certain people's vocabulary. I try not to use certain words in my vocabulary. Weak is not one of them. Weak, can't, won't. Those are words I don't like. How you doing tonight? You doing good? Ross says, I think the Cubs in 85 had a healthy rotation. Oh yeah, without a doubt. That's what happened. After 84, they just got a lot of injuries in 85. A lot of injuries. Keith Morton was out a lot too that year. He was a big clutch. Morley could play, man. He was a clutch hitter. He came through in a lot of situations, man. Not the best fielder, but he can hit the ball, man. All those guys that came on, I mean, they played well together. Boa, Ron Say coming over at the end of his career. Ron Say was he played a lot of World Series in the 70s, man. Another time of the sword with the Dodgers, man. He was a decent third baseman, stocky guy, power guy, But those guys in those days, Ross, they were legit, man. Like Schmidt, if he hit 40 home runs, they weren't juiced hit home runs. They were just legit home runs. Dave Kingman, guaranteed, nothing like that. All natural home runs, man. He struck out a lot. If he didn't strike out, what was he doing? Hitting home runs. Pete Rose, I mean, how many 200 hit plus seasons did he have? I think 10 in a row, didn't he? 10 or maybe 12 in a row. 44 game hitting streak. How many times he won a batting title? I mean, Pete Rose is phenomenal as a hitter. Doubles. He has a lot of doubles. I like the Bobby Deere Sandberg 1-2 punch, man. They were good together. That was one of the best 1-2 punches in baseball back in the time. They had good coaches. You know, they had a lot of the whole Philly guys. John Vukovich, great guy, good friend, died very young. He's one of the 6 Phillies that died of brain cancer. You know, they're trying to tie that to the AstroTurf back in those days. That's why those guys all had brain cancer, because something to do with the field, the chemicals. That's what they're claiming. I don't know if there's any truth to that. I saw an article about that not too long ago. I think 6 players that played for the Phillies all died of brain cancer. So something to do with the chemical on the field. I don't know. I don't know if just someone's trying to fish for something, you know, or trying to start up something, but if that's really basis to it, I don't know. I haven't really searched it that well, so. Excuse me. Yeah, I'll try to read the chat as much as I can tonight. Yeah, I like talking baseball, man. Excuse me. I love baseball, man. Great sport. Very good sport. It's hard to see the chat without my glasses are fogged up though too. Let me see what Ross said. Dalton, Vukovich, McGraw. Yeah, McGraw, that's right. Darren Dalton, John Vukovich, McGraw. I thought there were 6 of them. Maybe I'm wrong. What's up, buddy? I thought they said there were 6. I have to research that. Hey, Mr. Crumb, how are you, sir? Thank you for coming. Appreciate it. I'll tell you what, man, I'm really, the turnout of these walker talks have gotten so big, man. I thought going to 8 o'clock wouldn't be too bad of a switch, because last night, first one we did, we had 3,700 views, so I was happy. If I would have went to the early morning, I think we would have been like starting all over again, so I don't want to do that. I want to keep the momentum going, you know, so just get the rest of the channel to start getting big views. They deserve it, man. They work hard, man. Really hard, so that's why I feel like I'm this is overshadowing them, you know. I don't like that, you know. So that's why I probably should have took it to another place. But you're not allowed when you're on when they demonetize you, you're not supposed to make any other channel, I think it's one of the rules. You can't do that. You can't make another channel to try to get monetized while you're demonetized. I think that's pretty sure that's one of the rules. So I just want to be safe. I'm not going to do that. So just in case I was reading that and I was right. So David West, I forgot about. Yeah, David West. Yeah, there was that's bad, man. You know, I remember when, you know, in the locker room in like the 70s and the early 80s, you know, in the clubhouses you put out all kinds of snacks and stuff in the kitchen area. You know, chips, all kinds of sort of cookies, you know, you put the coffee out, all kinds of different snacks. And we used to put up on the racks beech nut chew, you know, all the chewing tobacco. And then all of a sudden, MLB came in and said, can't do that no more. And we used to be able to put beer, when the 9th inning started, you could fill the cooler up with beer in the visiting clubhouses. And they took away the tobacco because some guys they blamed the clubhouses for giving them the tobacco. That's why they had mouth cancer. So I know there was a group that sued. I don't know if they sued Major League. I think they sued Major League Baseball. So they banned that. Now you can't have no beer in any home or visiting clubhouse. I mean, I remember the Rangers home clubhouse. Every imported beer, every domestic beer. I mean, just street coolers. You know, that's one of your jobs, stocking everything and making the presentation nice. You know, make sure all the labels are turned up so they can see it, but anything they wanted. Did you see the new clubhouse? Go look for the video for the Cubs' new locker room. The one they built after the World Series. Not the one they built when the new regime took over in 83. The one that they built after 2016. Oh my God. 50,000 square foot underground. It's under the whole entire ballpark. Go look at the video. It's a tour. One of the clubhouse guys giving a former player a tour. Unbelievable. Everything underground. It's like a city. I've never seen a clubhouse like that in my life. So, good for them. All the years they had a terrible clubhouse, they used to have the worst clubhouses in Wrigley Field. Visiting at home. So home side, when Yosh was there, small little in the left field corner used to be the groundskeeper's old locker room that they made into a club. They expanded a little bit, but it was terrible. But Gato, what's up? What's happening, brother? Pulper, the trolls will always go away if you just let them be. Oh, I understand that, buddy. I understand that. I did a lot of soul searching last night. And you're right. I got nothing to prove. I got nothing to prove to them. So, no sense of giving them that. You know what they want. The bottom line, you know what they want. So, I had hundreds of people tell me this every day for the last 6 months, and I'm stubborn-headed that I am. But you know what? I did a lot of soul searching last night, man. I said, this thing is successful. I'm beating them right there with this walk and talk stream being so successful with views. So, it kind of snapped me out of it. And I just want to be positive every day. Hey, what's up, buddy? What are you barking at, huh? Little pit bull guarding the... What's the matter, buddy? I'm not gonna hurt you. I don't want to go in there. I don't want you to maul me. I'm not stupid. Be nice. Be nice. Go lay down. I'm not trying... All right. You hear me? And I'll be like, woo! All right, relax. Nobody's here to hurt you, buddy. Go guard your boats. Go ahead. That was yeah. So I did a lot of soul searching last night after the stream, and I said, you know what? I've said it 100 times. Like I said yesterday, I just got my head in my ass. You know what? There's no sense in it. But yeah, I appreciate everybody, man. So, because as far as I'm concerned, this walk and talk thing is definitely successful. So, and I owe it to you guys. Chat room who suggested it, and we did it, and we're staying consistent. I mean, you guys knew eventually I was going to have to switch to nighttime because of they just can't walk at 2 o'clock. The last 3 times I did it, my phone got heated up from the sun, so it was just kept shutting down, so there's no sense of that, you know. It's time to make the switch. We made the switch, so now I'll be consistent 6 days a week with the walk and talk. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. I am Spartacus. Thank you. Hello, Joey. Miss Honeybee, hello. How are you? Say hello to your husband for me, please. Sumak. And he did? Did he really? I don't know. I don't know Chad that well. I know I started doing it and he started doing it. I don't know if he invented it. He did it way before I did. I don't know. I don't know the Montalbano guy. He don't want nothing to do with me, so I give up. I mean, and I even showed him respect saying, like, I know you're the professional one, you're the comedian, you know, I'm nothing like that, but Jesus. I do get a lot of people watching me, so I figured it'd be a good stream since we live so close. But it's all good, man. I'm done asking them. As far as I'm concerned, it would have been a great show together, so at least I thought that, and a lot of people thought that, but Joey C. mentored a young Dave Martinez back in '86. Yeah. Well, '86 now was my last year. Was that my last year with the Cubs? '86 or '86? Yeah, '86. Yeah, I left in '86. So, and then I went to my family trade for 2 years and couldn't get my major league job back. There was no shot, and I knew it too because we were tipped off. The salaries were going to go crazy. Baseball salaries were going to go sky high. They had the best, most powerful union in the history of any union. Major League Baseball, man, oh man, what a union. I mean, these guys could get their pension at 45. No one could do that. They don't get a full pension, but you know what Major League pension is? I think it's, if you get 10 plus years in, it's got to be close to 25 or 30,000 a month for like the big guys. You know, and then the pension expanded for the players that from the old days they got some of them under it because they didn't have no pension, so they voted them in, and they're getting better to take care of all the players from the past that don't have it. So, but you got to have at least 10 years to get full pension, and a lot of guys that are collecting pension do have 10 years. But if you got 1, 2 years, you get something every month at 45. So better than nothing. Minor league pension, you wouldn't believe what it is. Wow. 25 years in the minor leagues for a clubhouse, $50 a month. So they base it on your full time. If you're part-time with any affiliate, you didn't get credit. I never knew that. I thought we got credit. So all the years that I was with the Texas Rangers full-time, I was still under what they call a major league uniform contract. So I had to contract had to be presented to me. It was all presented from the Major League office, drawn up by the player development, signed by me, signed by them, put into the office, to the Major League MLB in New York on file. So only you got credit for your full-time jobs. So most of my stuff was, I only had 5, 6, 7, I think I only had like 10 minor league seasons that I was full-time all year round. The rest were all seasonal, man, in spring training. So 6 months on the season, 2 months spring training, but that's all I got paid for 8 months. So don't count it, doesn't give you credit. So didn't know that back then. But I didn't care because, I enjoyed my full-time job I had in the minor leagues, but a lot of work, man, in the off season, man. And you're getting the same pay, whatever contract you're in, you're getting the same pay. So, I did a lot better driving a cab, so way better in winter months. So, especially in Florida when the snowbirds coming down. So it balanced out for me, but I still enjoyed it. I don't know if I missed the game. I want to go back, but health-wise, no. And today's game, the way the players are, I'm too old school for them. I don't know if I could change. I'm so set in my ways from the guys that taught me. I had a lot of rough bosses. The toughest one probably was Yosh Kawano. He was brutal. Hated me. Yeah, he hated me. That's why I wound up on the visiting side. Pushed me there every day. Didn't like me around the players. Said I talked too much. He was a bad boy. He goes, you talk too much. Bad boy. I go, the players are talking to me. What am I supposed to do? Just nod my head and not answer them? He didn't understand that. You just get bats. Bats and balls. That's it. It's okay. Whatever, Yoshi. Whatever you say, buddy. Until that one day I got some dirt on him. And he changed his whole tune. Yeah, little weasel that he is. The rest of his soul. I still have a lot of respect for him, but yeah, he liked Yoshi liked to sometimes play around with the little neighborhood girlies, not the young girls, but, the little streetwalkers. Caught him one day with one in the locker room. Yeah, changed his whole outlook about me. Y'all, you didn't see nothing. I see nothing, Yoshi. It all depends, buddy. It's always good to have that kind of weight with somebody like him. I never said anything, but yeah, little Yoshi Kawano, funny guy. These how the tables turn. You never know what's gonna fall into your lap, man. But probably my biggest mentor was that one from the Cubs. When I came back, I went to the Phillies to work minor league out of Clearwater. I couldn't get back in the Major League locker room, but he got me into Paulie Barrett. Paulie Barrett was a minor league equipment manager for a long time for the Phillies. And I'm good friends with Lee Elia. He's still alive. He lives over in Odessa, Florida. Bought this house in '80 when he was at the Cubs. That year, he bought his house then. Still there at the same house. He's got to be close to 90. I don't know if he's up here. I don't know if he's still out with his noodles, but good guy. What's it say? How much did you lose out of your pension? Well, like I said, I only would credit it for a total of 10 full minor league seasons. So the whole 20, it's still not much. It still would have only been like about maybe 200 for 25 years. I would get $80. So yeah, it would have been about 200, I think. It's very low for guys like us in the clubhouse. We're just lucky that we were able to get one, but you have to be full time. See, like the major league equipment guys, they don't get major league pension. They don't. They are not included in the contract. The trainers are. The clubhouse guys are not, because the clubhouse guys are big in the big leagues. Well, they used to. I know the game has changed. A couple years back, one of the coaches went into Chicago, playing the White Sox, complained about the visiting clubhouse guy or something about paying clubhouse dues because it was up to $50 or $60 a day minimum. So each player and coach had to pay $60 a day minimum. Now the big hitters, they're not going to just give 6 on a 3-game set. That's $180. So the coaches always complain because they don't make nothing. So for me, how I would handle that is I would not charge the coaches. I would just say, this down the house. Just take the tip from them. They would have tipped you big anyhow. See, those guys weren't smart. When you get a coach complaint, say, you know what? The staff ain't got to pay. You're getting 25 players and you got big hitters on there. They're giving you, a guy like Alex Rodriguez, you're paying $200 a day. Bam, bam, bam. Each clubhouse guy on the road. At least $200 a day. All the big hitters. The average guys that pay $100 a day. So you do the math. You get, you know what it is. Just from there in 3 days, and then you get the 100 from the other 10. So it's amazing. You can make $4,000 on a 3-game set just from the players, minus expenses. Probably $1,000 in expenses. So you're still making every 3 days $2,000. So that's just the visiting guy. The home guy is different because the home guy they usually pay at the end of the year. All the big hitters will say, just bill me at the end of the year. So he'll tally up all the clubhouse dues for 81 home games at $60 a day. And let me tell you, my Texas Rangers, he bought his second home in Arizona just on what Alex gave him at the end of the year. $50,000 check. Big check. But you got to really take care of these guys, and they really got to like you. Yankee guy, unbelievable what he made. Unbelievable. Yeah, so when it took off, those guys, and like I said, those clubhouse managers, they don't even want to leave when they're in their 80s and barely can walk. They don't want to give it to the assistant. And I don't guarantee the assistant's going to get it, because what if you get an owner that wants to bring in a nephew or a friend's kid? Like a lot of guys that got bumped that were following the clubhouse manager would say that guy had 40, 50 years in, and the assistant had 40 years in. He's figuring, okay, he's leaving next year, he's now to retirement, I'm getting it? No, not necessary. You've got to be definitely one of the guys they like just as much as the home guy. We've seen a lot of assistants get bumped because they weren't liked. Or they got bumped because an owner brought in somebody had no experience just to do a favor for somebody. Or a season ticket holder that had a lot of weight with the owner. It's all political, man. You'll never see those jobs in the newspaper. You can't pick up a newspaper and say clubhouse manager for hiring the major leagues. Assistant, bat boys, they don't exist. So, never, as long as I worked, never saw those jobs in the newspaper. So, ever. But it's good because if a team makes it to the World Series, the players, like, usually there's 2 ball boys on a line, 1 on each line, and the bat boy on each side. It's 4 usually. And then sometimes a ball girl, so 5. They'll give a full share to split up 4 or 5 ways. So if it's the winner gets $600,000, and there's 4 kids, it's $600,000, $150,000 each. They'll always vote in the manager full share, all the coaches full share, the head clubhouse guy full share, the assistant a full share. Sometimes they'll get cheap and give the assistant a half a share, but I rarely saw that. Trainers will get a full share, assistant trainer get a full share. Players all vote in that. It has nothing to do with the ball club. Players vote all the money in for the World Series to whoever gets a full share. I remember one year, Jim, what's his name? God, I can't think of his last name. I'm drawing a blank. Anyhow, the guy with the Tigers has been there forever. He started out as a AAA bat boy, went up to the big leagues, became bat boy in the big leagues, became assistant, and then he's been the clubhouse manager for the Tigers, I don't know, for how many years. Now, the visiting guy was put there because he knew the owner real well. But Jim Schmankel's his name, Jim Schmankel. Schmankel didn't like him. So when it came the year the Tigers, I think it was the year, the Tigers won in 84, was that the year they won it? 84? Pretty sure it was 84, right? In 84, Jim, because the clubhouse manager has a list and the players give it to him, and they tell him, here's who's we want to get a full share, and he's the guy that goes, takes it all upstairs, and apparently, I don't know if this was done, this is what I heard, he scratched out the visiting clubhouse guy and gave it to one of his assistants who wasn't getting a share, like a second assistant. Let me tell you something, that caused a lot of problems, but because he had a lot of power, the visiting clubhouse guy had no recourse, even though he knew the owner couldn't say nothing. He didn't control it. And this is all I heard by talk. I don't know if this was really true. I never saw a paper, I never saw it in the news. This is what was told, a story from the Tiger clubhouse, and told by the visiting clubhouse guy. So he told me, he's the one that told me that. Because he was also the minor league head equipment manager / major league visiting clubhouse guy. And I was one of his assistants when I was with the Tigers. And he always said that. And he'd come out of spring training. He was a heavy drinker, kind of a two-faced kind of guy. You know, he sit there and be your best friend to your face and then backstab you when you're not looking. So I don't even know. Like I said, I haven't followed. I used to call in every year. Who's the players anymore? I don't know. They're you really got to piss off like a guy like Elwich Rodriguez caused a lot of problems with the Rangers when he came over. A lot of problems. And he had a personal assistant that he brought in, Tommy Bolin. Tommy Bolin would he was a different cat, man. Tommy Bolin, man. He nice guy, but you know Alex paid him personally $100,000 a year, and the coaches got kind of upset because Alex wouldn't even let the coaches soft toss him in the cage. Tommy Bolin did everything. He pitched him, batting practice. I don't know what Alex was doing, if he was doing it to piss off the front office or the staff. But when Buck Showalter came in, Alex was the first on the list, on his list of acts. I remember the night when he was I was on the minor league side, and my boss is good friends with Buck. Buck got him in, and of course then I was brought in by Grady, the assistant, and he says, Buck's here. You know, you're the assistant, so I go home early. You lock up, be back at 5 when Buck gets here. Every morning, I had to be there at 5 o'clock. Make sure nobody's parked in the spot. And Buck would just sit in his office all till at least midnight every night. Call every once in a while, say, hey, is there anything in the clubhouse? I'll go run to get you something. He goes, no, and I run out and get him something. And we talk a lot, man. I got to know him really well. And he goes, took me around the locker room, and he's just staring and studying. He's looking in the locker rooms, and I go, he goes, you see that? I go, see what? He goes, that locker. I said, yeah, it looks like a freaking pigsty. He goes, yeah. He goes, that's not what I'm seeing. What I'm seeing? I said, no, Buck, explain it to me. He said, the guy keeps his locker that neat. Look at the guy somehow perfectly. Everything is folded. His gloves are in the corner. His shoes are all laid out perfect. His shirts are hung up in, like long sleeves, short. He's very neat, organized. He goes, that's the guy I want on my team. That's the guy that organized. That guy there, sloppy. Imagine what his car looks like at his home. Lazy. So he didn't like that. That's sometimes how he judged players, if they were going to be team players or just lazy players. And then he goes, these are all big dollar guys. All these Latino guys are gone. I remember when the first homestand after spring training, they all, you know how they come up, the Latinos, Ruben Sierra and all those guys, they come in zoot suits, you know, those different funny colored suits, the long jackets, and, you know, Buck said they were clowns. So he would be there at the stairs when they board the plane in a private jet. You're not getting on my plane with that. And they go, what? They'd be wearing, you know, the fancy shoes, the pointy shoes, and he said, no, you don't get on my plane looking like that. Nice sports coat, decent tie, none of that fancy color stuff, zoot suit stuff. So Alex got so mad, he hired a private jet, or I don't know if he bought, I think he just leased it. And all the Latinos, when the team went on the road, they flew on his jet. They never flew on a team jet. Buck wouldn't like them. And by the end of spring training, he accomplished everything. They were all going, yeah, you're pudge all over. He just cleaned house. Buck believed in the minor league system really well to go after his player development was how he liked to put his team together. So, but yeah, I got a lot of good stories. We'll sit down tomorrow. We'll do the walk and talk. I'll put something together tomorrow, so I have talk about maybe 3 or 4 key things in the Rangers and in the Cubs tomorrow. Try to make it last for the hour. Talk baseball, man. I think baseball keeps me calm, keeps me happy. You know, I know Ross loves them. Who we got here? Ruben Sierra, yeah. Funny guy, Ruben. Spoke a little vocal English, you know what I'm talking about? Ruben Sierra, he's a good hitter, wasn't he? Good. He was good off the bench. Who would be your top 3 catchers in all history? Ross, who would you pick for the top 3? I'm gonna have to go top 4 because it wouldn't be fair to do top 3. Who's your top 4? Because right off the bat, I got 4 already picked. Let's see what you pick, and I'll tell you what I'm gonna pick. Now, 2 of them are dead. One of them is big Hall of Famer. I think they're all Hall of Famers. And I don't know if the fourth one's a Hall of Famer. I don't know if he ever made it. I have to look that up. But I got my 4. Who's your 4 best catchers? Make sure nobody's coming up. Let's see what he's got. Yeah, he was supposed to be the next Willie Mays. What happened to him? I don't know. Tell you what, the best center fielder I like defensive was Omar Marino, hands down. That guy can kick, man. He can cover center field. So who's your best 4 catchers, man? Give me as soon as I know you're doing that, I won't read them and I'll give you mine and see if we're close. Just let me. I'll just look down and see if you picked them. All right, I'm just going to tell you my 4. My top 4 is Thurman Munson, Johnny Bench, Gary Carter, and Pudge. That's my top 4. What do you think? Close? Were you thinking the same? Thurman Munson would have been the best catcher at all if he didn't die at the young age. He died in his prime, so Johnny Bench takes the edge because Munson died. And that's based on power and catching. There's a lot of good defensive catchers that couldn't hit, but there's a lot of power catchers that couldn't catch that well, you know. So, but I think the best all-around hitters and defense, those 4 guys. Let's see what else. You said what did you say? You're loaded. Gary Carter names. Fisk. Oh, Fisk. I forgot Carlton. Yeah, I gotta. So yeah, you're right. That's why catchers you got to go probably top 10. Fisk was with Boston, number 27, with the White Sox versus number 72. Remember the home run he did in Boston? He's going like this, waving it. It was curving, and he just kept going, and boom, home run. Now Fisk was all right. I gotta agree with you there. Fisk was top shelf too. A lot of good catches in those days. How'd you like Steve Carlton as a pitcher? I like Steve Carlton a lot as a pitcher. Steve Carlton was my favorite. John Candelaria, another pitcher I liked. All lefties. Remember Steve Stone? He was the Cub announcer. Crazy Stoney. He was a pitcher. He was a wild man. Goose Gossage. I caught a train. We're catching a train, boys. First one on a walk. Got train lights are down. Let's see if it's an Amtrak or I hope it's not a freaking freight train. Oh my God, I'll be stuck here all night. You hear it? Wait a minute. This just in. Breaking news. Sound like a freight. Let me see if I'm right. No, that might be a Amtrak. Let's see. No, it's a freight. And it's going slow. I hope it ain't long. Should I run across it? Jump on it? Think I can make the stairs and boom, we'll go out the other side? Oh, this might be a long one. We might be here a while. Well, there it is. Let's see. Candelaria. Yeah. Lou Costello's, Abbott Costello, his son drowned in the pool too, didn't he? Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, Candelaria said that. I like Candyman. I liked all the 79 Pirates. Great. Willie Stargell, man, what a great honor. I got to carry his bats and meet him, and they were all friendly guys, man. Parkway, and that whole 79 Pirate team was good. I love the Dodgers, too. You got Garvey Lopes, Russell, Say. You got Ferguson and Steve Yeager catching. You had Bird Hooten on the mound. You had Charlie Huff. You had, what's his name? The guy Bobby Welch, Fernando Valenzuela. I mean, they had some great starters, man. Yes, he did. Carlton, you know, he hated the press. He absolutely despised them. I used to listen to a lot of these guys when they would give interviews after the game if they pitched, and he would always walk away from the cigar press. You guys are something else. You guys are always so negative, writing the untruth. And he swore that when he retired, he would vanish. You know, he went into exile. He never really came out of surface after he retired. He said he would never speak to the press again. I don't believe he's ever have. Reggie Jackson now. I only met Reggie once. And it wasn't through working. I was, you know, I used to be one of those guys too, because I didn't get the American League guys. I didn't see none of those guys. And we weren't allowed to go over and call the clubhouse guys at the White Sox to see if we'd come in there to get autographs. That was like forbidden. So I would go down to when the American teams were playing the White Sox, to go to the hotels. Like all the people would be out there waiting for players to come out with cards and balls, and I get autographs. You know, when I was young. And Reggie signed the ball, hard catch, and he was kind of very arrogant and not too nice, you know. And he only signed it Reggie. And but then I saw him do this show that he did a couple months ago, you know, and he seems like he really got really humble. I don't know. I think his whole thing is he was in an era where African Americans were still struggling to, you know, to have the same what can I say, to be treated as an equal, like the other players. And so he was coming up, you know, when we were still tough, you know, and so he had a lot of resentment for that. But you know, Mr. October Man. Oh, this is a long train. It's a long train. Hi, Jake. How are you? Hey, son. What's up? I didn't know you were here. What's up, brother? I tell you, Ross, my son's got a lot of good stories. He's in the chat. He'd be a good kid, good person to talk with baseball with. Ross Dog is Dom. He's a big baseball guy. He knows a lot of baseball players when I worked at the Wrigley Field, so he's a good guy, man. My son has a lot of good stories. He was with me since he was a little kid working in the locker room, man. I mean, he was a very young age equipment manager, or said running the busy clubhouse. Very good at it. I taught him too well. My other son, my second oldest son, he worked with me for a lot of years too. And he used to work spring training with me. He hated folding towels because I put him in charge of all the towels. 700 to 1,000 towels a day. Am I right, Dom? And just in spring training? I gave my son my job and with the Tigers in spring training when I went back to the Rangers. And I mean, I gave him my position. That was the deal. That when I got called back to the Rangers, you know, to go back to AAA, and I went to the front office. Listen, I got an offer to go back to the Rangers, and the Tigers like, we're not going to stop you to go back to AAA, make the money you're going to make what they're offering. You know, you're a fool not to take it. They said, but it was like May, or I think it was May, so already 2 months into the season. I said, here's the deal. My son is my assistant. He can handle the job hands down. He promised me that he gets my job in spring training. Clubhouse is safe. And they did it. And he had my job the next day. That's how he bought his first car, paid cash for it. I think he even did better than I did. And we had Leon Bull Durham was one of the coaches, Ray Burris. We had a lot of ex-Cub players that were the Tigers minor league side. Davey Owens. Man, we had a lot of guys, man. I threw a cigar event at Palm Harbor, and my buddy owned a cigar shop. So I put this spring training event together, because a lot of guys like to smoke cigars. So it was 2000, I think it was 11, because I went back to 10 yet. So he was 11, he worked spring training. And I put this event with Gerald Laird was the feature and Ray Burris was the feature. They were the two guaranteed guys who were going to be there to sign autographs. And then Ray Burris did a wonderful job getting the entire coaching staff and former Cub players to come. I think the team photo is on my Facebook. You can see the photo with all of us in it. And you'll see a lot of the ex-Cubs there. And it was like, I had to put this together. I only had a couple weeks to put it together. And I couldn't find they were real expensive. I paid a lot of the events out of my pocket, you know, so I had to get the guys all bused from Lakeland and call those charter buses. They were expensive. So the ice skating ring had a bunch of pink school buses. And I don't even know if they had air conditioner, man. So I sent this, they charged me like $100 each way. Pick them up, bring them to Palm Harbor, pick them up after the event, take them back to, so this pink bus shows up. And I get a phone call from Bull. You got to be kidding me, he says. You want me to go on that? Because Bull was like, he was like one of those guys, he still thought he was a big leaguer, wanted to be treated like a big leaguer. And, he busted my, I never heard the end of it. 5 years later, he was still busting my chops about. He named me Frank Cannon. And I got kind of gained a lot of weight back then. And I drove a Crown Vic because that was my cab. So you remember the guy, Frank Cannon, the big heavyset guy? Drove a cop car. So that's what he called me. That was my nickname, Frank Cannon. So him and Ray Burris would call me, Cannon, what are you doing tonight? I went up, we got to dinner a lot with those guys in spring training. Bull was all right, man. Classy guy. Early, he went to bed early, got up early. Ray was the opposite. So, Dave Yo, that event brought back so many memories for me because it brought all the old Cub guys that I knew as players. And here I am, 2011. That's 13 years ago. And so 30, 58, 48. I was 40, 45. And, last time I was around these guys, I was like 16, 17, 18. And it was just great, man. And it was like it was just yesterday, man. It was a great event. And then they got good gifts. I brought out these Perdomo cigars. I had a lot of the reps from different cigar companies come out and put these gift kit sets together for the players that participated. So they all got a big bag of, a little go bag for them for coming. We had the outstanding food catered in, man. I paid for all the catering. It was something I wanted to give to the player, but it turned out for my buddy to promote his new cigar club. He did it, plus they were spending money like crazy. The players didn't have to spend money, but they were buying drinks, and it was just unbelievable, man. Fans were out there buying them drinks. He did really well, so I did it for him too. So, but I did it by, he said, "Can you get any ex-Cub players in there?" I said, "Sure." Do an event. We did it, put it together 2 weeks, and it turned out pretty good. So my son was, I think my son was there. Pretty sure he was. So yeah, I had a long day today, man. My damn AC went on in my van, man. And I'll tell you what, talk about miserable driving home. Oh my God. Now I gotta go figure out what's wrong with it. Hopefully it's just the fluid leak. It just needs to be a new antifreeze. I mean new Freon in it for the antifreeze. I'm thinking of radiator. New Freon for the AC. Hoping that's it. I'm hoping nothing broke. But we'll see. Have it checked out on Monday. Miserable. Like I said, the next couple weeks is gonna be brutal here, so time to care. Heading back to work. Have a good rest. Love you, son. I will talk to you tomorrow. Have a good night at work and talk to you tomorrow, all right? Have a great night. All right, son. Love you. Cricket. No, I heard about cricket. I never played it. That's I've heard about the game. That's the one with the ball and that kind of like that big net thing that you catch. Is that what it is? Is that cricket? Boring is. Yeah, they got a game down here in Florida. I think that's cricket, ain't it? That they bet on. I think that's it. And I love hockey. I love going to hockey games. Baseball is my first, hockey is my second, basketball my third. Not a football guy at all. Just kidding, huh? This is real? He's gonna be fighting a guy at his age? I saw him train a little bit. My God, I can't believe it. Is he gonna be the Iron Mike that we all knew? What is he, hurting for money, or is this something, just something he feels he's gotta do? I can't imagine him hurting for money, all the money he made. Unless he was very poor with his money, I don't know. What is he, like 54 years old or something? I thought he fought a couple years ago. He fought a guy when he was like 50, 4 years ago. Didn't they fight him and another guy? We were both 50. Now he's doing a second one. He still looks strong, I can tell you that. Still look real strong. Be interesting. Mike Tyson, man, wow, man. What, at 22, that guy was, he could crush people. Well, this is a great stream, man. Just relaxing, walking, talking. This honey be said. Have a good night. Oh, thank you for saying that to my son. Thank you. He's a good kid. He ain't a kid, he's a grown man. They're all kids to me when they're younger than me, you know? They're always my kid. I mean, I'm 58 and 59, 30, 31, whatever they are, 32. Still a kid, even though they're a grown man. My oldest son's birthday's Sunday, so make sure I get a hold of him on Sunday, see what he's up to. 36. He'll be 38, my oldest son. Oh my God. I'm getting old. Getting old. 38 already. Oh my God. You just don't know where the years go by, man. Don't know where the years go by. Just wake up and boom. Oh, they got a food truck out here. Must be a big night at the Dreams Gentleman Club. This is the neighborhood, local cheese puff place. Nasty, I heard, is in there. Oh, I don't know. Here comes a couple scooters. That's funny. Must be a big night here. Escobar. Easter weekend. Is this Easter weekend? No. Is it? Sunday Easter? Or is it next month? No, Sunday's St. Patty's Day. That's right. Sunday's St. Patty's Day. Wild for the Irish. The Irish will be out with all the players. Lights bright in my eyes. What's that behind me? Look in the air. Shoo, you see that? Falling behind me? It's like a light. It's a UFO. UFO or something. Yeah, Jahala. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's right. That's what they bet on down in Miami. Jahala. This must be a nightclub. I hear the music inside. Hear the. I don't know if you guys can hear that. All right, so it's a mechanic shop / nightclub, I think. The building next to it. Unless that's coming from straight from the auto center, but no, it looks like a nightclub. Yeah, I see the door open, so they got a little nightclub in the weekend that's built into the auto body shop. Wow, is that a strip club too? Holy shit, it is a strip club. Because you got a window. You go through the door and there's a window where the person takes the money. That's usually how those cheesy strip clubs are. And the door's open, I can see. And it's hooked up to the, man, those guys got a racket there. You know, that's all got to be a front. You see stuff like that, you know what they're doing. So, you know, some of those guys are pretty predictable, man. They give themselves away. This is not a good night to be walking. A lot of action, a lot of people drunk. A lot of people can drive up and hit you on the sidewalk. A lot of people could be firing guns. Could be walking by and a gun battle break out. Not a good night to be walking, but you know, it's kind of why I started about 15, 20 minutes early too, before it really kicks in. I just want to be walking and then a stray bullet come and hit me for no reason, you know. I'm not worried about anything else, but it'd be a hell of a way to go. Right on live stream, I catch a bullet. What we got here? Johnny Average, looking good. Thank you very much. Thank you. Welcome. Everybody welcome. Try to acknowledge as many people as I can tonight. Ryan Stevenson, what did you... I went to prison. I originally got 5 years probation because I didn't score out for prison. Like 96% of people go to prison on an indictment. You know, they're pretty much got you locked, but 4% will get straight probation. I was one of the 4%, but I violated. But I went to prison. I got convicted for making a false statement to a federal agent, one false statement. So I wind up at the end, after I got 270 days prison time, which is 9 months sentence. Yeah, that's what I went to her for. It was the only time I ever went to prison. I've been in trouble a few times, but nothing major, you know. But this, you know, to the government, this was major. Anytime you make a false statement federal agent, or you cheat any other programs, funding, it's a big deal to the government, man. I didn't realize my charge actually, if I had a worse criminal record, I could have got up to 5 years, but I didn't. I scored very low. Plus, I was low I can't think of the word, recidivism for not coming back to prison, because you do this test, like right when you're getting out, and the scoring points to tell you based on your age, based on your history, that I was very low risk to ever go back to prison. that would likely commit the same crime. So, which they're 100% right. I don't commit nothing. If I'd have known lying to a federal agent was a crime, I would have never done it. The person not only did not know making a false statement was a crime, it's supposed to be an out, but my lawyer said it wasn't going to work on this one. I don't know why. If you check the law, look up saying if you made a false statement to a federal agent and didn't know it was a crime, tell me what it says. Tell me if I'm reading it wrong. Maybe I was reading it wrong, but I could have swore I was reading it saying that if I didn't know, it would be unlawful to I can go to prison. I would have never done that. I would have just been, it was a stupid ass little lie that I told me. I'm just dumb, man. Just, I don't know if I was about my head being pig-headed or me just trying to show off, or I don't know. I did it for my wife because I love her, but I don't know if that's the whole picture. I might have done it because just flexing my muscles because they were at the door, and I don't know. Just all of it was stupid, everything. Plus, it cost us dearly, both of us. Plus, we got to pay all that money back. I've been every month to that, which we're fine. We have no problem paying it back. We agreed to it. And we don't miss a payment, because you can't miss a payment, because then you got problems. So you got to pay it no matter what. Before anything, that's got to be paid. So you can't, as long as you're making the payments, you have to get permission from the federal government. If you want to go out buy a car or get any credit cards, they have to sign off on it. But if you're behind on any payments, they won't let you do none of that. They want you to accept all the bills because they'll feel to interfere with them. But I don't really want a new car or credit card. So a lot of people try after they make 20, 30 payments, say you don't want to go buy a new car, and you got to go back to courts no matter. I mean, I got no probation, no parole, no nothing, and I would have to get permission for all that stuff. So until the loan's paid off, until what was taken was done, completely done. That's what they say. So, but they say as you make perfect payments, you get a couple years in it, then they don't care. So just want to get it over with. Pay our debt, admitted that we were wrong. We're very sorry, and that's it, man. No more I can say on the matter. This is what it is. It's all in black and white. Most of it's on public record, so it's pretty simple. Just dumb mistakes. But it cost us a lot. Trust me. Lost my house, lost my car, lost all my memorabilia, all my collectibles. We lost a daughter. I mean, it's just a lot happened. But, you learn hard. And like I said, it's tough trying to climb back at my age to just want to get back to what I had. You know what I'm saying? Never going to replace the memorabilia, because I'm never going to be able to do those years again in baseball. So I'll never get any of that stuff. I had a comic book collection, I had everything, man. I collected all kinds of stuff, man. So you never can replace that. I had an Oakley glass sunglasses, all the old school Oakleys. I had over 50 pair of Oakleys. It was from all my years in the game. I had a good rapport with the Oakley rep. They used to come out and take care of all the players at spring training. And I used to the minor league players say, yeah, Oakley guys, because the Oakley guy doesn't come and visit nobody on the minor league side. Every time you knock on the door at Joe Catalano, they go, damn, man, how do you pull that? Because we're best friends, man. And he go, what do you need? Go out the truck and give me cases of stuff, because I give the coaches at the end of spring training, all the coaches in spring training. We had about 30, 40, 50 coaches. 4 or 5 coaches with trainers per team. So you had sometimes, plus all the Dominican coaches, plus all the Venezuela coaches. You had 40 coaches for sure. And then you had all your rovers, your catching rover, your infield rover, your outfield rover. So it was close to 50. And he would give me a case of Oakleys, the M frames. And I give them to all the coaches as a present for me. Kind of just a way to make sure they give me a nice check at the end of the spring training. So I used to hustle. I knew how to hustle. I knew how to make those guys happy. And that was the name of the game. Do your job. Always know what they need. Never have to go to them and say, what do you need? Know what the player needs. Know what when an Oakley guy comes, they'll just have their Oakley case in their locker, and you know what lenses they want. Don't ever go to the player and bother them. Because if you know your job, He's gonna take care of you. Hey there, what's happening? You guys all right? What's happening, man?
How you doing?
You all right?
Yeah, I'm hanging.
Hey, what's up, guys? All right, man. What's up, man? What's up? All right, man. Yes. So you know, you just gotta know your job, man. The more knowledge you have, the more you're able to, you know, the players will take good care of you, man. You know, and that's how the name of the game is. So, all right, I'm home, boys. I'm gonna end my stream. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll definitely see you tomorrow. Just seeing what's open. All right, I enjoyed it. Great talk. I did 8 years here. Really? Well, glad you survived, brother. Glad to see you out, man. Yeah, well, I know a buddy of mine that took 100 pounds across the state line from Florida. And he got 15 years for that, 100 pounds. So it happens, man. God bless you, brother. Bye, y'all. Take care.